Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're well. Welcome to part 7 of this recruitment course. What we're going to be doing, a very simple or simplistic way to actually find pretty much any sort of profession, any candidate we're looking for using this little tool. All this does is it searches Google, how they've indexed LinkedIn, and it finds profiles for you depending on what your search criteria is. It works around the world, so I do recommend it, and it is free to use. So let's say one of the key things you actually want to do before you actually start an agency is start to build your LinkedIn profile with candidates or clients. But for this specific video, we're going to be touching on candidates, not so much clients. So we're going to be searching, I don't know, let's look for doctors. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to search United Kingdom. And let's say we want to find, let's say we've got a doctorate um, or a medical agency. We specialize in doctors in London, and that's what we're going to be searching for. So you might want to put a specialism, for example, cardiology. You just put a space and put cardiology like there. Sorry, not a space, a comma. And what this will do is we're going to search, and I'll link all this in the description so you can go ahead and look. And what this will do is it will search doctors in London, and it will make sure that it's the profile and not the URL it's finding. So it basically does a Boolean string search. So what we've got here are doctor profiles. So we can go ahead and look. And what we want to do specifically is simply just connect with them. A lot of them will look very inactive. There's been a post, sometimes it says not posted in the last 30 days. This looks like I'm looking for a general, so this person's hiring and there's a referral or something, I don't know. So we're just going to connect. Now you might want to add a note, you might want to just connect. I would suggest connect without sending a note, yeah, for now. Unless two clients, I usually send a note, but for candidates, I just connect. Now what we're going to do is go through, we're going to do 20 of these a day, and we're just going to connect. It's very simple. Even if your agency isn't operating or hasn't started off, we just want to build up. So let's say, for example, we've gone through that. We've done 30 connections today. Now we're going to stop. Tomorrow we're going to do 20. The next day we're going to do 30. The next day we're going to do 20, 30, like that. Leave the weekend and see how it goes from there. I would bookmark this page here, so you can save it and you can go through. And now just make a note, oh, I was on page 2 or I was on page 4, and obviously you're going to go through everything on there. You'll find it very, very difficult to exhaust this list, for example, unless you're very niche. This is a list of doctors. There's 100,000 results of people having doctor in their job title in London or working in a place where it says doctor. So that's point one. Now, what do you do once you've got all these profiles? Do you spam message them? Do you send them all an invite, or, come and join this place or whatnot? No. The reason is we don't want to blow our cover. A lot of people will say, you might say to Mark, and you might think with good intentions, I mean, this guy's not even a doctor, is he? He works for somewhere. Um, this person's a GP, for example, Thelma. Would I message her and say, Thelma, I've got an opportunity, would you be interested? Probably not. I wouldn't unless I actually genuinely have an opportunity as present. You can build relationships with people. These are going to be candidates in this market. I can tell you, I recruit for doctors. You're going to be building long-term relationships. There will be people you're talking to for 2 years before you actually get a CV or something across to them. Now, what you do or don't want to do is blow your load in terms of, hi, Thelma, are you looking for an opportunity? No. That's it. That candidate's pretty much hard. You have to start again, build a relationship again, if there is even a relationship. It's difficult to do. You don't want to necessarily be yes or no right now. Yeah? It's more of a question of, I've connected with these people. Now what I want to do is I want to send a voice note. Believe me, voice notes do exceptionally well. So I would grab my mobile and I would go on to the messages, and I would, click the little microphone, and I'll say, Thelma, thank you for connecting. Nice to see, we are operating in the same niche. If you ever need any help, or if you're ever looking for a new opportunity, please let me know. And yeah, take it from there. That's pretty much what I would do. Just send a voice note saying, if you are ever looking, yeah, so you leave it very open. She might say, oh, I'm not really looking, or they might just say, oh, thanks, bye. No, I'm not looking. Fine. But you've sent that message, you planted a seed. That's stage one. Now, let's say you get an opportunity and a client says to you, look, we're looking for doctors, and believe me, they're all bloody looking for doctors. Yeah. Even if they say, no, we're not looking, they're looking. They'll pay big money. You can go to your connections now. Bear in mind, for the last few weeks or days, you've been connecting with people on LinkedIn that are doctors. You can actually use this as a database. So I've got on this account, I've got 3,000 whatnot connections. So I could say search with filters, and I could potentially search for a doctor. And I could say, okay, there's 700 results have come up on this account. There's 27, but you get the message on there. But you could use this as your database, and we're going to use LinkedIn a lot more. But it will be very difficult to actually have a database because you haven't connected with anyone. So over the next few weeks, I want it to be mandatory for whatever sector you're in. There are some sectors where LinkedIn doesn't prevail as well, but you really, really want to start building up your profile. Yeah. And also, if you're posting things on LinkedIn, you want your target audience to be appreciating it. Now you can start putting content out to doctors. Yeah. They're going to see you more often. It isn't going to be the case of, oh, who's this person? They've connected with me. Message to people afterwards. When they see you've got some knowledge in the sector, they've seen your posts, schedule 30 posts every week to go out, you know, lunchtime, morning, and, evening. And you can have something there to actually build your sort of, I don't know, credibility in the market. Yeah, it's very difficult to do if you're trying to build a credibility or you're trying to build something in terms of a niche and you've got no skin in the game. No one knows you, no one's seen you. But if you're always talking about how doctors have it hard, I'm not saying kiss ass and suck up because that's very disingenuous. People can see through that. But genuinely put stuff out. There's 3,000 vacancies in the UK. Put stuff that are recruitment specific. Did you know you can get a 20% pay rise if you go through a recruiter? Those kind of things that are sort of, I'm not saying become a content marketer, but it leads to, some conversations down the line. And, if I see people popping up on LinkedIn, if they message me, I'll be like, oh, no, that person, he's always waffling on about XYZ. So I hope this video has been informative or somewhat helpful, but this is a very simplistic way to actually start building a database of candidates, even if you don't have a CRM, even if you don't have any credibility in the market and you've got a blank LinkedIn profile. So there are some dangers with this method. If your account gets banned or you get locked out of your account, obviously you lose all of that. But you can go in and actually export most of the profiles on there. And there are limitations in terms of how many people you can connect with. But if you're not doing this method, you're leaving money on the table and you're leaving candidates in the loop for other recruiters to contact. Hope this helps and take care.